saying?
What's that?
What was I saying?
What are we learning today?
Okay, is it playing?
Yep.
Okay, so homework, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get her to move off of the inside leg and stay rounded. So where you're having issues is where she gets bracy right here, right? And then we end up having too much rein and we go back and forth and she ends up getting zigzaggy. So what we're gonna work on, we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna use our half halts. Half halt is, I'm not necessarily asking her to stop. I'm asking, there, good girl. I'm asking her to get ready. I'm gonna tell you something. So this is, okay, got your focus. See how she just put her head down there on the bit? So she really wants to come over to you, which is a good, thing to practice, because since she wants to dive towards that inside, I'm just gonna have her bend away from you. So I'm using both reins very, very carefully to keep her bent in the direction I'm going. So if I'm going to the right, I'm keeping her bent to the right. And she really wants to drop that shoulder in. So I'm not crossing the mane. You're never gonna cross the mane.
Okay.
I have it pretty much against her mane, and I have just enough upward action on this inside hand to keep a little bit of a bend. I can see her nose and her eye just barely on the inside. There, good. Ooh. And when I see that nice bend in her body, we use that inside leg to keep her up around it. So it's almost like we're making a wall. There, good. So you see how she really collected that nose back down? And then she tried to dive into you, so I pick up inside rein, inside leg again. If she gets a little leaning, which she is, because that's how she's been worked recently, then you add a little more pressure. I do a little bump. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna try to steer her out here, because look what happens. She immediately just switches over to leaning over to the left. So I'm just gonna hold good attention so that she can't turn her head all the way. I'm gonna set her up. The roundness I want, good. So see, I collected my rein and she put her head down and got on the bit, and I'm not doing anything with my outside leg. I'm lifting her nose and her shoulders. So by using my heel and my hand, I'm trying to lift up the inside of her. See that again? I'm gonna let her fall in, get wiggly. Good. So see, now I'm gonna check, and fold her back inside out.
So, like, when you tell me to put pressure on the inside leg, I'm just kind of squeezing. Should I be bumping more, or?
Yeah, probably. You're gonna have to there. So I didn't have to bump there. You're gonna have to do as much pressure as it takes for her to understand, since she's kind of gotten to where she's just leans on your leg a little bit because she doesn't understand what we're talking about. So yeah, so at first especially I had to be a little more clear about it. So I'm half halting, I'm just picking the reins up. I'm not pulling on her mouth, I'm letting her relax into it. And this will help all your speedy stuff too, because if you can get her to collect and round, good. That gives you a lot of control. It's like one of the most important things when you're working with horses that buck. You want them to always stay round, or horses that take off. You want them to always stay round. Not that she really takes off, I just don't think she understands all the time.
When you say stay round, what does that mean? Like,
So, okay, so you see how her body is in a half moon shape?
yeah.
That's what I say when I mean round.
Okay.
So there's two ways a horse can be round. They can be round collected, and they can be round moving in a circle.
Okay.
So the same thing here. See, I have her body in a nice half moon shape. When you look down at your leg, that leg should be the center point of your half moon. There, good girl.
So being rounded is safer, is what you're saying? So what's unsafe?
Huh?
So what's unsafe then on a turn? Like,
So if it's not the turn itself, it's more of the control and the balance of the horse. So if she set up properly, that was really easy. So as soon as I picked up my rein, she dropped her head. So this is obviously the most balanced way my horse can move in a circle.
okay.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Unbalanced.
Unbalanced.
Like,
That's right. Okay.
what does that look
So-
like so I can recognize it if I'm doing
Yeah,
it?
so if she's unbalanced, let's see, let's try.
You're like, I don't even know how to do
counter.
this.
So basically, you see how much more sloppy this is?
Yeah.
It's not working? Okay. So, and that roundness gives you control because as soon as a horse can get their head straight,
Mm-hmm.
they can stiffen their neck and take the bit away from you and take off. That's classic what you might have it there. Good. So even while she's gaiting,
Uh-huh.
try to drop in there. So I'm just trying to pick up. There, good. Lifting that outside. There we go. And that's good. Pick up the inside leg. And this is harder. This is going to be harder for you to figure out.
Yeah. I can tell. I'll watch this video like 10 times, I'm sure. Well, and I'll say when no one's in here with me, or what, like she doesn't do that as much, you know what I mean? Because she's not trying to.
Yeah, she's not trying to come towards the center.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's good that we can see it, though.
Yeah.
Because we know, like, this is probably the worst thing that we have to work with. There, so even right now, she's bent to the left. I can see her left eye, I can't see her right eye. So I'm going to change that. Pick up the inside. And this is where you're going to have to use lots of leg. Because she's not quite, it's when you drop the reins and you try to turn. That actually, she did that really good. She figured out that she doesn't have to speed up anymore. Left leg, good. Okay, I'm gonna try left leg, good. So see, turning with no reins. No reins. Good girl. Right here. Right here. She's so cute. Okay, just a couple more laps and I'll have you on. Okay, so she's gonna go to dive in. There, that was really easy that time. It was very slight.
So I'm not necessarily trying to turn her in the, because sometimes like when she's coming at you, I just kind of turn her in the opposite direction because I'm fighting her. I feel like I gotta go so far the other way
Right. And,
because otherwise I lose the battle like too quickly.
and it's causing a little more issues with you that way just because it's so unbalanced.
Yeah.
So it makes her a little more insecure. Unbalanced horses also tend to run faster to try to get themselves balanced.
Okay.
Good girl. So see there, all I even did was like, I just went like that. There, see she tucked her nose back to the inside. Inside leg, I'm gonna bump that nose, good. Inside leg, I'll bump that nose, good. I didn't even have to use the other rein that time. When she's really pulling, like you're gonna have to kind of exaggerate and be like, nope, get your head up, get rounded here, good. So I'm never leaving, like I'm not leaving the area of the horse's neck. So see if I leave, then I want her shoulders to follow into it. But if I'm up, I want to balance her, then pick up just a little, lock the leg, just a little, good. So I'm staying right above the horse's shoulders, because this is the area that I want to control. So what happens a lot is when we get used to kind of pulling, we end up pulling back here.
Yeah.
And then see now her butt moves.
Yeah.
So we've taken away the balance in her shoulder, which is going to make her fishtail, because we're trying to steer. See that hind end move. Good. Alright, a little faster. So she's really leaning that shoulder. Good. So that was a lot easier to pick it up. So right here, she's going to start leaning that shoulder again. She corrected herself more that time. Good. So she's leaning, inside leg, inside rein. That was good. I didn't have to do anything with my outside hand.
feel when she drops the shoulder, or is it just...
See it.
I
When
can't.
you're on her, literally, she's a straight line, right?
Yeah?
But if she's curved,
She dropped the shoulder?
we can see which way she's going, yeah. You always want her to be bent the direction that we're going. So if I'm going to the left, I'm gonna use that inside leg, inside rein, and keep her circled to the left. So she's turning around that leg and moving and picking her shoulder up. Whereas if I was to drop it, see how her shoulder comes in? And so it's the same thing. If I'm going around the arena, if she has her head out here, but her shoulder's going this way, like this,
Yeah.
inside leg, inside rein, balance her back out. You see how that straightens her up?
Yeah. It's just, will my brain be able to do those things?
I know, it's hard. Yeah, so it's literally just lift leg, lift rein. And if she's turning into it like this, you're not using enough leg. You see, as soon as I put that leg on, she picked up, so let's do that again. Okay, so if I lift up, she's just gonna turn. Come on. So now, add leg. Now she's bent and moving out. There. Up and out. Good. She's gonna fall here. Up and out. Good. Fall here, up and out. Good. And you'll feel the shift in her shoulders. You'll go from going, oh shit, we're going this way, to all of a sudden the energy pops to the other side. You're like, oh, that's it.
Okay.
Good. See right here, I just have a little bit of inside leg, a little bit of inside rein, and she's staying in a nice little half moon to the left. Now I'm gonna move her all the way over, more leg pressure. Good, and ride straight, 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 straight. She's gonna drop again here. She's doing pretty good. Okay, so there she dropped. See how I'm gonna get that bend back in her neck again? There.